Okay, welcome back to Elite Tennis Training. Scott Doerner here. Talk about probably the most complicated and different stroke in the game, and that's the serve. Okay, a lot of people have their own styles, just like a golf swing, of how they toss the ball and get to contact point. Okay, but I just want to maybe mention a few fundamentals here that maybe if you can pick up one or two little tips, that can really help you serve. So just want to talk about at the beginning, the stance. I feel like a lot of people get their stance wrong on their serve. You want to have your left, I'm a right-hander, so my left toe is going to be pointing to the right-hand net post here. I'm serving to the juice court, okay? And my back foot is about shoulder width apart, parallel to the baseline, okay? I don't want to be facing the net, because one of my ways of creating power and also disguise is getting a turn, getting my unit turn on my serve, okay? So I've got my base here, my stance. So foot pointing here, and I'm balanced, okay? Then secondly, I'm going to talk about the grip, okay? Some of you guys are, working on continental grip. All the pros use the continental grip. It's great because it's versatile in terms of using spin and being able to hit the ball flat, having disguise up here for the wrist, okay? So work on getting that grip. I've got my stance, got my grip. So I've got three sources of power here once I'm in my balanced position, okay? I'm going to start here with my legs, okay? I've really got to bend my knees. I don't want to be swaying too much, okay? There is a weight distribution on the serve. As you're seeing now, a lot of the players are just going straight down and really exploding up and into the court. So I like to tell people, just get those knees bent and really push off the ground, okay? Like you're almost squashing a bug on the ground. Push off the ground and get up into the serve. That'll really get your legs going, the leg drive. So that's one, leg drive. Two is as I'm bending down, I'm really, pushing down into the ground. My upper body and my hips and shoulders are turned, okay? I've got to get turned, almost winding up like a rubber band, okay? Pulling it back, creating all that energy for then to be released as I strike the ball, okay? So legs, shoulders and hips turn. I've tossed the ball, okay? And that's the other point I want to talk about. I want to try to toss the ball into my swing, okay? I don't want to swing to my toss. So if I just toss the ball up, I'm going to have to swing all different directions based on my toss being invariable. I want to try to see where my swing is, which generally stays the same, and then toss the ball into that arc, okay? That's going to make your serve much more consistent. So as I toss the ball into my swing, the third element is the wrist, okay? I'm going to snap the ball down. We see this in baseball off a pitcher. We see it in volleyball when they hit a spike, they snap. It brings the ball down into the court and imparts spin on the ball, okay? So when I've used my three elements together, legs, shoulder and hip turn, and the wrist snap, okay, they're my three sources of power on the serve. Now, of course, putting it together takes a little bit of time. But if you keep thinking that you're going to toss the ball into your swing, I think those elements start to piece together one by one, okay? So third thing I want to talk about is the toss position. I want it out to the right here. If I had a big clock in front of me, okay, I want to probably toss it 12:30, 1 o'clock, okay? 12:30, 1 o'clock right there. That's going to be my generic slice serve that's going to be nice 3/4 pace and get me started into the point. So try some of these tips out, really work on getting up to the ball, going up in a vertical direction. You want to be nice and tall and get the ball down into the court for a high percentage, okay? A lot of people, when they serve, their toss is too high or too low, okay? You want to maybe think about just putting your racket in the air and tossing the ball a little bit above your racket. That's about how high you want to toss it. Too low, you're not going to be able to reach up. Too high, the elements, the sun or wind are going to affect you, and also then you'll be actually, swinging to your toss again like we talked about. So just a little bit above where your racket's going in that path, tossing the ball, and then you should be able to make a consistent contact point. So hopefully you picked up one or two tips there from the serve. I think it's one of the hardest shots in the game. It's one of the most unique ways that everyone can have their own style on what they're doing, but hopefully one or two of those sunk in and you can work on that. So please leave any tips or feedback you might have. I'm Scott Doerner for EliteTennisTraining.com.